What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but we're gonna talk about today the Ecoflow River series, and we're gonna talk about some things that I like and I don't like, and specifically why I'm talking about this because of the new Ecoflow River 2 Pro that just came out. And before you buy that, you might want to watch this video. Don't mind the one I have in the bottom. That's just a small project that I have, and as you know, once you get into solar, it's very addicting, and before you know it, you have all these equipments in you. And this is just a small project. I will be posting a different video for that. I'm still waiting for the battery. It's a 100 amp hour battery, and we'll see how I did, and yeah, I'll get you guys comment on what I can improve on. We're all learning here, right? But to go back to the topic, on this Ecoflow River 2 Max, this is the Ecoflow River 2 Max that I have. I don't have the small one nor the big one, the Ecoflow River 2 Pro. If Ecoflow is listening to this video or watching this video, hey, yeah, I don't mind reviewing the unit for you guys. But anyways, we're gonna talk about what I like and dislike about this. First, what I like about this is the whole look, aesthetic of it. It looks real nice in my opinion. It looks high quality. The material is not the best, but it's good enough, right? I got some few scratches here, but it's handling it pretty well. I like the fact that it has a handle in the back, as you see here. I think it's very comfortable to hold. I also like the screen. It gives a lot of information, the input, output, watts, how long it'll run, the percentage and all that. I like that it has 4 outlets, 1 2 3 4. Some power station that with this size only has 2 or 3. I also like how it has a USB-C 100 watt, but we will talk more about this because this is one of the issues I have with this Ecoflow River series. And I wish it has more than just one. I wish it has 2, because most people nowadays, most devices is USB-C, and you know, we can still use this dinosaur age, but come on, give us a couple more of USB-C. I also like the solar input on this, which is 220 watts, and you know, in about, if you have a 200 watt panel, you can recharge this in no time, about maybe less than 3 hours or 3 hours, depending on the sun. It also has quick charging, very fast charging. So if you're, of course, you don't want to quick charge it every single time. It's not good for the battery. But if you have an emergency, you know, there's a hurricane, a tornado, tornado warning that you have, or I don't know, whatever emergency, you can quick charge this in no time, and it'll give you you know, some sort of backup power. I like that it's pretty quiet. It's not the most quiet power station, but it's pretty quiet, so it's not horrible. It's not disturbing in my opinion. I don't know, to some, but that's just me. So it's pretty good for the amount of noise it creates. And maybe lastly, I like the brand. The brand is very reliable. This is my 3rd unit. I've had to send the Ecoflow River Max 3 times, or I mean, I should say it's been replaced. This is the 3rd time it's been replaced because of the issues I've had, and that's what we're gonna talk about now. But we're talking about the brand, how I like it, because you know, it's a good customer service. They stand behind their product, and you know, this just show to you a well-established brand compared to, you know, other brands out there, especially you see in Amazon. There's so many of them that in a year, 6 months time, they're gone. You don't know what happened to them, and you know, there goes your warranty. Now let's go back to what we really need to know about this Ecoflow River series. First, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the River Max and the River 2 Pro will probably have the same components, especially with the solar charging, the USB-C, and other components inside. Maybe minor differences. With that being said, before you buy the River 2 Pro, you might want to consider these issues I have. Okay, first thing is what annoys me, and probably a lot of you all who owns the River 2 Max, is the fan. The fan just kicks on every single time, whether it's a small load or a big load, or whether it's a small input from the solar or small or a big input, doesn't matter, it will kick on every single time, and that takes about 15 to 20 watts of power every single time it's on. And sometimes even if you unplug the device that's plugged into it, it's still on, unless you turn it off and turn it back on. And that makes this power station a bit inefficient if you're trying to use it. Second is the USB-C, and I've had this issue before, and I'm still having this issue now. At times you will have to play around with it. Well, I did anyways. I keep playing around with it, and even the first unit, the second unit, and third unit with the latest firmware upgrade that I have here, it's the same issue. And sometimes it will work, and sometimes it will not work. And if I plug a power station, I have a power station that doesn't accept solar anymore because I think the solar charging blew out, but I can use the USB-C to charge it, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And even other devices that I put in here, it will work sometimes and it will not work at times. So that's very annoying at times. And the third issue I had with this is the car charging. Once I use the XT60 to the car cable that they give, when I plug it into the car outlet, I've tried it in 2 different cars and 2 different outlets from the car, the cigarette lighter output. It will fluctuate. It's not stable, the input. So it will go from 0 to 100 to 90, doesn't matter what the input is. It will just keeps fluctuating from 0 to whatever input it is. And of course, once you plug it in, you're thinking it's getting charged, but it's not getting charged at all. So they sent me a different cable, and that one seemed to work. And but I guess if you have this, it's best to put it at 6 amp only on the app. You have a choice there, 8 amps. Oh yeah, 8 amps to 6 amps charging. So I just put it at 6, so it doesn't blow the fuse in your car. But yeah, the car charging is not very reliable sometimes, and if they'll send you a new cable, so that might work. That one worked for me, but kind of gives me problem at times when I use it. And lastly, the most annoying issue I have with this River 2 Max is the solar input. So if you have it plugged in, constantly plugged into a solar panel, and the next day you check on it and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna automatically start getting the input from the sun, it doesn't. What it does is it'll detect the sun, the solar input, but it will fluctuate 0 to whatever input it is, to 0 to whatever input it is. It was doing the same issue with the car charging, but this time it doesn't matter what cable you use, it will do the same thing. And it doesn't matter what solar panel you use, it will do the same thing. So the only way to get around that is you have to unplug it from the back, the XT60, and replug it in, and then the input will stabilize. And if you're like me, I don't want to have to do that every single time. And at times when I wake up and thinking that it's being charged, 3-4 hours later, you see it's not charged at all because of that issue. And I know most of those issues that I have can be done in a software upgrade, in a firmware upgrade. So Ecoflow, if you're listening, this will be a perfect power station, almost perfect power station, if you would solve those issues, especially with the solar input being it's not stable during their once it detects the sun the first time. So you might want to ask why I still keep this unit, this River Max. This is the third unit I've had. Well, I really like it because it's portable, and secondly, the warranty on this is good. If I have another problem, I can just send it back in, and I don't know, hopefully the new units won't have the same issue. And it's the battery chemistry is the safest, safety first, right? So I like that. And it's just besides those issues, everything else works for me. I don't know, there's something about this unit that I like that it's hard for me to let it go. I have the Ecoflow. I've had the Ecoflow, the old one before, which is not LiPo 4, and I have the Blue Eddy also. And for some reason, the Ecoflow is just a good brand, but please, Ecoflow, fix those issues. And if you're thinking of buying an Ecoflow River series, especially the Max or the Pro, you might want to really think about it, because it's a lot of money and you don't want to waste your money on something that's not going to work properly. So those are the pros and cons that I have. I've had this for a while now, so I can vouch for that. This is not some new unit. I've been using this day in, day out, so I know what I'm talking about. And I hope you guys appreciate what I just information I give you from my experience. And look out for this DIY power station that I'm building. It's not the most advanced or complicated. This is very simple, but I want to share it with you guys as well. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys tune in to the next videos that we'll be posting soon. Thank you, and be safe.